All right, cleanup is underway after one of the country's biggest parties. First responders and sanitation crews are working to restore Bourbon Street back to normal after Mardi Gras. Let's bring in CBS News reporter Kati Weis, who's joining us live from New Orleans. So, Katie, how's it going?
Good morning, Vlad. Well, the cleanup efforts are well underway. Here behind me, crews are currently breaking down these grandstands that are along the parade route where I'm currently standing here on St. Charles Avenue in the city's business district. This is an 8-mile-long parade route, and these grandstands here are just a few of the many that are set up all along for folks to enjoy during the parade season, to get a better view of the floats as they go by. Of course, there was a huge turnout this year for Mardi Gras. Take a look at some of this video from last night. This is a tradition that is held every year where the New Orleans Police Department takes their cruisers and parades down Bourbon Street right at midnight to say, okay, Mardi Gras season is officially over. Ash Wednesday has begun. Everybody go home. Of course, it's bourbon. That's a relative directive, but there was such big crowds last night that at one point, National Guard officers had to come over loudspeakers and direct crowds to make Bourbon Street an exit-only zone, and saying if you're going into the French Quarter, you're going to have to enter through the side streets. So real jam-packed with people, and all of those people means a lot of trash. And so there's still a lot of work underway to make sure that all of that trash gets cleaned up. In fact, I was just chatting with some vacationers here from Ohio who said they're actually shocked to see how much progress the city has already made to get all of that trash that they saw during the Mardi Gras weekend cleaned up already, but there's still a lot to go. Take a listen to what the mayor had to say.
Mardi Gras 2026 is in the books, and it was one heck of a party. We had over 500 federal officers here in the city of New Orleans, more than 200 state police officers, and then, of course, many other local partners, and our NOPD was at full deployment. There's 300 sanitation workers out right now cleaning the streets, making sure that it's going to be beautiful on Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity to even ride in a parade with a super crew on Monday night. And something I thought was interesting regarding trash is just how the crew members, the riders, would just kind of dump empty boxes that once held moon pies over the side of the float, saying, look, the cleanup crews are going to get them. We can't keep them in the float. We don't have enough room to stand. That's how crowded it is in those floats. So that gives you an idea of the kind of trash. That's just from one parade on the ground. But also, if you look behind me here, if you look very closely, you can see also beads that are still hanging in the trees. That's a common sight all along this 8-mile parade route. So it's not only getting the trash on the ground, but also up higher.
Yeah, let's talk more about the beads, right? Because that's a big tradition, not just to wear them, but to throw them. That's why they're up in some of those trees. But now there's like this new trend, Katie, with glass beads. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, well, you know, glass is a much more sustainable and environmentally friendly material to use than those traditional plastic beads. I'm actually wearing some right now that I was given from a local crew in Mobile, Alabama. The Pelican girls gave me these. These are handmade glass beads. And also here in New Orleans, you know, I mentioned that I got a chance to ride in a parade on Monday. So even with the super crews here in New Orleans, those glass beads are also becoming a trend. I can't tell you how many people I saw along the parade route who had signs hanging saying, glass beads, please. Like they wanted to catch them. So it's encouraging. A lot of people here in New Orleans are glad to see that there's a new trend in how they celebrate. Vlad, Chanel.
All right, Kati Weis for us reporting. Thank you, Katie.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Katie.
you.